with Mangalacharan. Today's topic is really very interesting because it's called as Purushottam Yoga, the yoga of the Supreme Person. Many people, they by heart all the shlokas in this chapter. Not only that, this is also recited when we lose a dear and near one. So chapter 2 and this chapter is usually recited. So it's a very important chapter, and we are going to know about our Supreme Father. So let's start with the Mangalacharan. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimrandasya Jnanajanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manoveeshtam Sthabidam Yena Putale Swayam Rupah Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadandiham Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yudapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahana Raghunathan Vidamtam Sajivam Satvaidam Savatudam Parijana Sahidam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishagan Vidamsha E Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpade Kopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostude Tapta Kanjana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhana Sude Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha kalpadarupyascha kripa sintubhya eva cha padītānaṁ pāvanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Guruve Gaurachandraye Radhikaye Tadalaye Krishnaye Krishna Bhaktaye Tadbhaktaye Namo Namaha. Hari Om Tat Sat. Anybody wants to share what we learned yesterday in chapter 14? I can give you a clue if you want.
The three modes of nature.
Very nice, Mataji, Saroja Mataji. Yes. Then how we behave.
It's the goodness, passion, and ignorance.
Hari Bol. And the main part is we are knowing about the three modes, knowing it. We have to transcend that, right? By doing devotional service. That is more important. I request all the devotees to please kindly mute. All right. So today it is going to be a little different because we are going to know both about the material world and the spiritual world. So there are 4 sections in this chapter where we will be knowing the exact details about the material world. Then the second section about the spiritual world. Third section, how Krishna maintains the entire universe. And the last 4th section will be the essence. So, dear devotees, anybody wishes to go on a vacation at this time? Nobody wants to go to vacation? Okay, Dham visit. Anybody wants to go for a Dham visit?
Yes, Mataji.
Hari Bol.
Mataji.
Ashura Mataji also wanted to go. Now, if we are in the material world, it is considered as we are in a vacation. Imagine staying in a hotel. Dham visit, there is no time, place, nothing. You will forget everything. The time of the day will be forgotten. The days will be forgotten. How many days we stay in a Dham, we don't even feel to come back from the Dham. But if we are going on children are there, we are taking them to some vacation outside. When we stay in a hotel, we really don't want to stay there for a long time. Yes, for 1 or 2 days, it's comfortable, you enjoy, but after that, don't you feel you have to come back? You have to come to my own house, I have to stay there. Yes, it is the same situation for us, dear devotees. Here we are in this material world, it's for a vacation, that's it. We wanted to enjoy away from Krishna, and Krishna gave this material world. But when will we be satisfied? Only when we return to our original nature, that is, returning back to the spiritual world. Okay, so this section we will understand about the material world, and then how we have to have the desire to enter into the spiritual world. For example, like qualification, what are the qualification to understand this knowledge will also be in this section. Now when we see this picture, anybody can describe this picture for me? I just want to get you all, into action, because most of you have switched off the video. So I don't know if you're listening or you're away.
Mataji, this is mirrored image of material world and Golok Dham.
Yes, this is the mirror image of a tree on a bank of the river. This is compared to the spiritual and material world. If you see this picture, you can see how Radha Krishna is there in the spiritual world, and what divides this material and spiritual world. This is considered as the material world. You can see Brahma on the top of the root, yes, and the desire is the one that actually separates us from the spiritual world. You can see a lot of branches, trees. We can see Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, Vedic, Himsa there. Yes, all the other demigods are there. This is all like this, and we take different birth, shifting from one branch to the another branch. This is what is explained about our material world. Now in this section, we will see very clearly. See, on the top, we have a proper tree. Yes, the tree with the branches up and the roots are down. We can see the Lord with his sakis, and this is the actual image of a tree, and this is the spiritual world, which is eternal. It's always there. Whereas this side, you see a different tree where the roots are on the top and the branches all are in the bottom, and you can see as the head Brahma. Okay, yesterday we saw Brahma as the secondary creator who does the visarga. This part is temporary, it stays for some time and then it annihilates. Now, from where does this nourishment for this tree comes from? It's from the modes of material nature. Because of that which we are tend to act, right? The roots, the real roots are the topmost planet where Brahmaloka, and the subsidiary roots, because you cannot find where this roots actually ends, where it starts, nothing, because we are completely entangled in this material world. Okay, and the subsidiary roots are attachments and aversions, because of which we tend to do pious and impious activities. Okay, now branches, all these branches here, they are the upper and lower planetary system. Okay, and the green leaves here are the Vedic hymns, and twigs, small twigs which comes from the sense objects. The tip of the branches are the senses, the fruits are Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. And we take birth in this material world, and then by tasting each fruit, either Dharma, Artha, Kama or Moksha, we are taking different birth and then jumping from one branch to another branch to another branch, always attached to this material world. So now we get to know about the material world. Now, how to get rid? Okay, we know this material world is not our possession, real possession. Our real possession is in the spiritual world. So, how do we get out of it? Even that is given in Bhagavad Gita, third and fourth shloka. Ashanga shastrena dhridena chitva. How can we come out of this material world? Just by the acts of detachment. When we were discussing about 5th chapter, I was telling you there are two two things that can happen: attachment to Krishna and detachment from the material world. So how this detachment have to come? That is given here. Now this is the just pictorial representation of the material world for us to revise. There is a tree which is not real because it is the shadow of the spiritual world. That is the material world. Now, how we can understand the real tree? We are not seeing the spiritual world, so we cannot understand it. But to go to the real tree, what we have to do? We have to surrender to the Lord. Detachment is needed. Detachment from this material world is needed so that we can go back to our Father, Supreme Father. And next, this is very, very important. With determination, that is, we have to think that yes, I wanted to get out of this material world. And then Prabhupada in many areas in the purport describes this, the desire, because we have that independent free will, a very, very little amount. And with that free will, we think we have to enjoy, and we are the master of this material world. But that desire or that free will, if we use it in the proper way, no, I want to get out of this material world, I want it to be in the spiritual world, then it is very easy. How? That is given in 4th shloka. Find one in knowledge. So what we are doing now, we are understanding material world, we are understanding the spiritual world. Then what is the next thing? Surrender to the Lord. So the Lord gives us strength to get out of this material world and return to his abode. How can we get out of this material world? Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. Okay? By slowly detaching from the material world. How we can detach? We have to gain knowledge. Knowledge can be got from Guru, Sadhus and Shastras. As we keep on discussing about the Lord, what happens? At least once in the lifetime, we lose that lording power and then surrender to the Lord. Once we surrender to the Lord, then we know, right? Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nivritti. Slowly, we climb the ladder of devotional service, and as we move towards the Lord, we detach from this material world. Now, what are the qualities that is needed for a person to surrender to the Supreme Person? Nirmama. One is free from false prestige or pride. This is given in text 5. How we can come out of this false prestige? We cannot lord over this material nature. We have to think that we are the servant of the servant of the servant of the Supreme Lord. Only when we have that feeling, yes, we can understand what the Guru, Sadhu and Shastras are telling it. Moha, illusion from this material body. We have to avoid that. Chidasanga dosha, false associations, family, social, material, whatever it is. Try to be away from those false associations. Then it's easy to understand the eternal. And not only that, as we have seen about many people throughout the description of qualities of a Sthita Prajna, of a person in devotional service, of a person in yoga, always we should understand that the dvanda should not exist, right? Being happy in both the situation, even when we are sad, even when we are happy, we know it is all the plan of the Lord and surrender to the Lord. That dvandair vimukta, don't have that duality. Vinivritta kama. So you have to be away from all the material lust. And for such a person, this knowledge is very easy to attain. And not only that, surrendering to the Supreme Person also becomes very easier. Now, from this section, what do we understand? We either choose our own way or God's way. Which is easier? God's way is easy because the Lord said that you surrender unto me and I will take care of everything. It is like taking a lift to the 27th floor. If you can take an elevator, it's very quick. But if we try to go by ourselves on the steps, it becomes very, very difficult. Even the Google map gives the fastest way, right? Where there is no traffic, you want to reach the destination, then even the Google map shows us the fastest way. Like that, if we can choose the God's way, it's very easy to reach our destination, that is the spiritual world. Now we are moving into the next section. I hope, devotees, dear devotees, that you're okay. We can move on to the next section. Is that okay?
जी माता जी.
Very bold. So now in this section, we will talk about transmigration. In this picture, it's very clearly given. Like yesterday, we were discussing Jalaja Navalakshani. Yes, slowly, each birth we take from water, animals, then trees. We don't know how many millions of years this soul has been traveling from different yoni to yoni to yoni. We are reaching somehow to a human life. Yes, and then in that human life we undergo so many changes that you have seen in second chapter, Dehinosmin yada dehe kaumaram yavvanam jara tada dehandara praptir dhiras tatrana muhyate. So we have changed so many bodies, we have changed so many yonis. This soul has been traveling in this material world for so many years, but it has not reached the spiritual world because we are still in this material world, right? Something we have done that is binding us to this material world. Now slowly we have to elevate ourselves, at least in this birth, because as a human it's very easy to elevate ourselves to the spiritual world. So we should use the best use of the bad bargain of this human body to reach the spiritual world. Now the Lord gives the description of the spiritual world. The first part was little depressing because we were knowing about the material world, yeah. But now we are entering into the spiritual realm where he says that my supreme abode is not illuminated by sun, moon, nor by fire or electricity. Nothing is needed. It is self-illuminating. The spiritual planets are all self-illuminating. The light coming from the Lord, that is so illuminating that the entire spiritual world is so bright. Imagine a day that the Lord does not give us sun. Morning, okay, 1 day, 2 days, fine, without sun, we can manage. It's cloudy, it's raining. But after 3-4 days, how is it? It's very difficult for us, right? And what about the plants? How will they get the energy? How will they grow? In that case, only we can get food. One day, Vayu Bhagavan decided, okay, I'm not giving air to these people. Let me remove all the air. Can we survive? We are getting everything from the Lord and we are forgetting. So this is the spiritual world. And who goes to the spiritual world never returns to the material world until and unless we desire that we wanted to enjoy in this material world. We can be with the Lord enjoying. Once for the Damodar puja time, we went for Deepthan to some house here. So there were lot of children. So you have to entertain them, right? While telling stories about Lord Damodar, do Deepthan. So I was just telling stories and talking with them. I asked one of them, like, do you want to go to school or you want to stay in the spiritual world where Krishna is there, you can play with the cows, there are monkeys, you can enjoy with them, Krishna will play the flute, you can dance, and then you go to the desire tree. The desire tree will give you whatever you want, sweets, whatever you want, chocolates, ice cream, it will give you, you can eat which you like. You want to go to school or you want to go to the spiritual world? All the children in the group shouted, no, no, we don't want to stay here because mama is waking me up at 5 o'clock and I have to go to school. I don't want Mataji, I want to go to the spiritual world. See, even that small children, they enjoy when the spiritual world is being described, because we can be without, no need counseling, stress free, no depression, nothing. We can be very happy in the spiritual world, and we don't fall down until and unless our desire is there to fall down. We can be happily situated there in the spiritual world. Now, a very beautiful concept in the Shloka 7, Bhagavan brings in. Mamaivamsho jivaloke jivabhuta sanatana mama shastri indriyani pragadistani karshati. That the living entities are my eternal fragmental parts. That is, we are all parts and parcel of the Lord, where we are qualitatively same with the Lord, but the quantity differs. Like, for example, Prabhupada gives this example in Srimad Bhagavatam. If you take a drop of water and the ocean is so big, right? Lord is like that, Vibhu. It's too big, but we are just a drop of water in that ocean. Now you see a fire, the entire fire and sparks of the fire. The sparks of the fire are compared to the living entities, whereas the entire fire is the Lord. So that is explained in this shloka, and what is happening to us? We are struggling very hard with the five senses. Along with the mind, it becomes six. Mind gives us so much of confusion. We are struggling, right, in this material world. It is explained in Shastras that what is happiness is, imagine a person is dipped in the water, okay, and he cannot breathe, he's struggling, and then he's brought out. Once he's is really hard to struggle, they know that the person is going to die, immediately they take that person outside so that he can breathe. That breathe is the happiness in this material world. Once you take that breathe, they again put you into water, then you will struggle again. That struggling is the suffering that we are undergoing in this material world. For that small flickering happiness, we are trying to stay in this material world by doing karmic activities. But if we take up devotional service, that breath that we take will become prolonged, and we are happy both in this material and in the spiritual world. So we saw that we are all part and parcels, but what is happening? You see in this picture here, we are enjoying. Whatever we wanted to do, we think that is our original possession, and we start enjoying in this material world. Now in text 8, because this is the topic that is dealing with transmigration, here Krishna says, in this birth, in this material world, where the living entity, what it does is, it has different vasanas, right? We are in different families, different situations. So what vasana we are carrying it from our this body to the next body, from the next body to the next body. Some people, how much ever we try to tell them about devotional service, about praying, involving in chanting, it doesn't get into their mind, because so much of anarthas are there in them from the previous birth, which is very difficult for them to enter into devotional service. Can you give an example for that? A person whom Narada Muni met.
Mataji, could you please
Okay,
repeat?
maybe. The person Narada Muni met, when he was told to chant the Lord's name, he couldn't do because of the sins that he has done. Okay, that is the homework. You can post it in the group after finding out. He tried to tell he saw him doing a lot of sinful activities. So he told him to chant the Lord's name, but this person couldn't even chant. And then Narada Muni gave another way to chant, and slowly he was able to chant. Okay,
Hare
that is
Krishna
the
Mataji.
homework.
Hare
Yes,
Krishna
yes.
Mataji is Mrigari.
Yes, Mataji. He couldn't say Rama, Rama. He said Mara, 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 Mara. That's how it is. So we are taking a lot of vasanas from the previous birth, and then we are acting according to it in this birth. Like Prabhupada explains that as we are walking through a restaurant. If they are cooking, or don't even imagine restaurant, what happens in our home, we are cooking prasadam for the Lord, and sometimes we make sweet dishes, sometimes we make puri. How nice the aroma is, right? Like that, as the air carries the aroma, we take the vasanas from the previous body and then pass it on to the next body, and because of that, what is happening, we are getting such senses which can get attracted towards those sense objects. So this is again degradation, right? Because we are carrying that same vasana, and then we are getting these senses in such a way that it gets attracted to that sense objects. Now, for example, if we are doing devotional service in this birth, what happens? The next birth, it becomes easier because we get such vasana, and it is easy for us to start our devotional service in the next birth. And the shloka 10, Bhagavan is telling, a foolish cannot understand how a living entity can quit his body, nor can they understand what sort of body he enjoys under the spell of the modes of nature. But one whose eyes are trained in knowledge, jnana chakshushaha, pashyati, that word is very important, sees, pashyanti jnana chakshushaha, the one whose eyes are trained in knowledge can see all this. And a beautiful example is given. Now, we are driving in a car. There is some technical issue in that car. You open the bonnet, you check everything, but you're not able to understand what is the problem. But if you go to a trained mechanic, the moment he sees the car, he will tell, this is a problem, this is a problem. Yeah, you have to rectify this. Finished. So only a person who can see can understand what is the problem is. He should be in knowledge. Then it becomes easy to understand. So why we are understanding this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, Bhagavatam knowledge, so many things, so that we see the things as they are. We understand the cause for each happenings in our life. Is it going a lot way ahead, or it is okay? The speed is fine.
Okay,
Ji
Mataji. Okay,
Mataji.
Mataji. It's
Yes.
okay.
11th shloka says, the endeavoring transcendentalist who is situated in self-realization can see all this clearly because he is in knowledge. But those who are not situated in self-realization cannot see what is taking place, though they may try to. So, how to gain that knowledge? To have that vision, you have to follow Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. Who's the Paramma Guru? Sri Krishna. And then try to get Diksha, learn from that Guru, engage yourself in devotional service. Then it becomes easier to see things, Pashyanti. That is very, very important. And a person who is in bhakti yoga can see things as they are. If you can compare, like a few years before you were in devotional service and now that you are in devotional service, is there any changes happening? I wish anyone, Mataji, to please give their realization. Are you able to understand, okay, it is because of this is happening, so I should not be worried about this?
Yes,
Being in
Mataji.
a,
It is very,
yes,
our understanding power is, we become more patient, we understand, and it is we are able to take things more easily and not get perturbed because of any happenings around also.
Haribol. Thank you, Mataji. That is what is more important. Because knowing knowledge, by just knowing the knowledge, bookish knowledge is not enough. Jnanam, Vijnanam. Practically, application of this knowledge is more important than the jnana. Anybody can have bookish knowledge. I know this is that, I know, I understand, everything is okay. But how we apply in our life, what changes that has brought in the life. Srila Prabhupada went to a Pashyatya region, right? They don't know how to eat, how to drink, how to dress up. They don't know how to, behave even when they see elders. They were struggling with so many anarthas, but Prabhupada brought them all. They were wearing tilak, they were wearing kurta, and Madajis were wearing sari. Now in India, it's very difficult to see a woman wearing sari, right? But there, they are from that area and still they were wearing sari. They're ready to do anything for Prabhupada, right? Changing everything. How to eat prasadam. They don't know how to cook prasadam. Prabhupada taught them how to cook prasadam, how to offer it to the Lord. And at that time, imagine in America, what things would have been available there. But Prabhupada taught them everything
But they are
from
lucky,
the
no, Mataji.
scratch.
They are lucky they got all this and they have learned all the right things. Now we have to learn from them again.
Yes, Mataji, that is what we will not listen if Prabhupada tried everything here in Jhansi, Vrindavan, nobody was ready to listen to Prabhupada. So Prabhupada thought, yes, at least if I preach there, when they come and say, at least we will listen, we will follow them because we want westernization, right? And yeah, we are finishing that with the second section. Now the third section. This is my favorite section. You will understand everything very clearly. How Krishna is the maintainer, and we also understand our position. Like we get everything from Krishna, and how we take all those things for granted. That will be explained in this section very nicely. These are his splendors. The splendor of the sun, which dissipates the darkness of this whole world, comes from me. And the splendor of the moon, the splendor of the fire, everything, it comes from him. Yes, so once the sun is needed for what? For the plants to grow, right? And when the plant grows, we are able to get the fruits, vegetables, everything. We use that fire to cook the food. The fruits and vegetables, they are nourished from the light of the moon. So everything, yet Aditya Gadam Tejo, the splendor of the sun, moon, fire, everything comes from Lord Shri Krishna. Okay, I am knowing all this. How is it benefiting me? Just contemplate on this, dear devotees. As we get to the end of the section, you will understand what is the main lesson we learn from all this. We accept, okay, Krishna is this, it comes from him, everything we accept. But by knowing that concept, how is it beneficial for us? That we will understand by the end of this section. Now Krishna says in text 13, all planets float in the air only by the Lord's energy. He is the maintainer of the entire material world. Imagine, dear devotees, have you ever heard a news telling that the planets crashed? And the universe and universe clashed. There is no universe now. Both the universe are in water. It's burning. Have we heard such things? If we drive a car, there is a chance that we may involve into an accident. But the Lord is maintaining so many universes. There is no news of clashing, burning. Yes, that is how He maintains all of that. when we do something for others, yeah, we at least expect a thank you, right? Yeah. And if somebody gives us something, we think, okay, it is their duty. Mataji has to cook for me. What is great? So the Prabhujis, they may not expect, okay, it is her duty to cook for me. The Matajis think, okay, it's Prabhuji's duty to go outside, earn for me, give me a comfortable life. We all think like that. But Krishna does everything, gives everything, but we forget what he is giving us. He entered into each one of us as Paramatma, and he is watching us, he is guiding us. Once we become in devotional service, he starts guiding us towards him slowly, slowly. That is what is unconditional love, and this love is present only in the spiritual world. It is not in the material world. Material world, it is completely lust. Whatever we think as love is just lust. And as I told you before, the moon, the splendor of the moon, Bhagavan says that this moon nourishes the vegetables and fruits that we take. Every night when the moon comes on, just remember, when you see the sun, you can remember this sun, the splendor of the sun comes from Sri Krishna. When you see the moon, you can imagine, not imagine, you can think, so that Krishna wants that only, right? Manmana, think. In your mind, you have to think Krishna. So the moment you see a moon, Krishna's splendor is the moon. When you drink water, you can think this taste of water is from Krishna. The fruits and vegetables when you take, when you have your prasadam, you can think this prasadam is nourished by the Lord's splendor. Okay, if you walk on the earth, that also, this universe is functioning because Lord Sri Krishna is the maintainer. Is it possible to think? Like even while drinking water, if our mind is that much surrendered to the Lord, each and everything can be seen as the splendor of the Lord. Now, Shloka 14, I am the fire of digestion in the body of all living entities. So, Krishna is the reason why. So, even while eating food, we can think this food is nourished by the Lord. Then, once it is getting digested, you can think Krishna is the one who is causing the digestion. Because of that, I am feeling hungry. Because of that, I am not feeling hungry. Maybe today I did not chant well. That's why my digestion is not working well. Yeah, each and every actions of our life can be connected with Krishna. So now what are the food subs we have? The swallowed, chewed, sucked and licked. All this should be offered to the Lord, and as a prasadam we can have all this food. And even after having that prasadam, to digest it, we need Krishna's energy as fire. Now, understanding all this, I told you, right? This is the lesson that we learn. That is, the universe is given by the Lord, and after that, that universe he enters in, yes, and all the living entities are getting manifested. Once they manifest, inside each living entity, he is entering as the Paramatma. He is giving us food, yeah, and that food is nourished by his splendor, the sun and moon, and to cook it, fire comes from him. And then the digestion by which we have our food, which digest our food, that fire is also Krishna. So now, by knowing all this, because we are dependent onto Krishna, it gives a sense of gratitude and humility, because nothing is in from our side. Yes, everything Krishna provides because of his unconditional love towards him. So we have to be grateful for it and humble, because nothing is in our hands. We are all puppets in the hand of the Lord. Now, this is the highlight shloka. You can also say that this is the emperor shloka, which says, Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto matha smritat jnanam abohanam cha vedaischa sarve ahameva vedyo vedandakrit ved eva chaham. Bhagwan, who is seated in everyone's heart, he is the reason that we remember certain things, we have knowledge, we forget certain things, and by the Vedas, he has to be known. He is the master of the Vedas, because people may ask, okay, bhakti is there, all that is fine, but what about Vedas? There are so many Vedas that Bhagwan has given us. So, what is the purpose of these Vedas? People may ask. That is why Krishna is giving answer for that in this. I am the master of the Vedas, and by Vedas, you have to know me. And a person who is a bhakti yogi understands all the Vedas very easily. Forgetfulness is also a grace of Lord. Is it forgetting Lord? Is that the grace of the Lord? No. Forgetting our past. If the Lord gives us memory of the past, it's very difficult for us to survive the future. So only the past. But what we are doing, we are remembering all the past, but we are forgetting Krishna. All right, now we are going to the last section for today. The 3 shloka of Bhagavad Gita and summarizing the Vedas and Vedanta kind of living entities. Now here, Krishna explains about 2 living entities. One is the fallible, that is the conditioned ones in this material world, and the infallible. Who is that? They are liberated in the spiritual world. The super soul is the master of both. Both conditioned and liberated souls are under his control, and he enters all the places and maintains them. That is, the entire universe is maintained by him. That is given in the 16th and 17th shloka. Now, 18th shloka, Krishna says that I am that supreme soul with who celebrated even in this material world and the spiritual world. He is the supreme soul. And in the Vedas, he is the supreme person. Slowly now, Krishna is moving towards telling about his amshas, telling about his spiritual world, because this is the Jnana Yoga section. So he wants to make us understand that I am everything. I create, I annihilate, I maintain everything. I do it in with my different amshas, and surrendering unto me is your only duty. In the 18th shloka, the same thing that we saw, right? Because I am transcendental, beyond both the fallible and the infallible, and because I am the greatest, I am celebrated both in the world and the Vedas as that supreme person. Don't want to read all this, Mataji. We'll go to the next one, 19th shloka. Whoever knows me as the supreme personality of Godhead without doubting. So that faith, if we develop that, Bhagavan is the supreme personality of Godhead, is a person who knows everything. Simply everything is known by understanding that Krishna is that supreme person. And then by engaging in devotional service, he achieves the Lord also very quickly. Now, there is a name called as Keshava, right, for Krishna. What does that mean? Keshava. No one knows the answer. There are 3 answers for
Mataji,
this.
I'm trying to recollect it.
Please, I'll wait for you, Mataji.
Keshwa, is he called, is Supreme Lord called Keshwa because he had killed Keshi, sorry,
Yes.
Keshi
Very
horse?
nice, Mataji. Yes, very nice, Mataji. So one reason is he's called as Keshava because he killed the Keshi demon. Kavita Mataji, right?
Ji Mataji, Hare Krishna. Kavita Jain
Hare
Mataji.
Bol. Hare Krishna Mataji. So first reason is that. The second reason is Keshava. He has a beautiful hair. Kesha. Okay?
So
Hari
tight
Hari
up.
Bol.
Is
Haribol.
called as Keshava. Now, Baladev Vidyabhushan has given another meaning to it. Okay? Ka, Isha, Va. Okay? Ka is Brahma. Isha is Shiva. Va is controller.
Yes.
So, a controller of both Brahma and Shiva is Keshava. This is Baladev Vidyabhushan in his commentary on um, Bhagavad Gita has written this. So that is another meaning of Keshava. So we came to know of three meanings of Keshava. Okay. So when you learn about the names, different names of the Lord, it is always good if you can know the meaning of each of these words. So it will be very helpful for you to understand the concepts very nice. Maybe about Janardana. What is the meaning of Janardana? Arjuna uses this few times in the Bhagavad Gita. Janardana.
Again, I'm trying to recollect it, Mataji. So sorry.
No problem, Mataji. It's okay. I can give you a clue. Like, you know
Please,
what?
Mataji.
I, um, I think he wants to ask, like, see, you told me that renunciation is good. You told me that work in devotion is good. Now, tell me, which is good for me? He asks such a question, putting this word, Janardana. You asked me to fight, but why you're asking me to fight if you think that renunciation is better? Then he puts this word Janardana there.
Mataji, Supreme Lord is full of knowledge like jnana. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mataji,
that is
maybe
Shiva.
Supreme Lord is like he protects everyone and everyone belongs to him. Mataji, I'm
Yes.
just trying. Mataji, please.
No, it's correct. There are two meanings for it, Maltaji. You're
Controller
correct.
of the
Controls the
controller of the
universe.
world,
Mataji,
Mataji,
universe,
are we possible? Is
and
it
he
we
is
are dependent on him? That is why it is Janardhan.
Controller and dependent. Yes, we
of
are
the
all
universe.
dependent on him. So that is Janardana. The other meaning to it is also like you
He
can
destroys the
also
evil,
kill them.
Mataji.
Yes, Hari Bol. Who gave this answer, Mataji? Very nice.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, myself. Hare Savni, Mataji, Mataji.
Hari
Mataji,
Sevni
please
Mataji,
repeat.
Hari
Mataji, please
Krishna.
repeat. I didn't get it. Mataji, please repeat the answer.
Yes,
Destroyer of
yeah,
all
definitely.
evils.
I'm telling Mataji. There are two meanings to it. One is Arjuna is telling you are the controller of everyone, okay, but you are asking me to fight. Why are you doing that? The second meaning is Janardana, you can kill the evil, right? Why don't you do it and why do you ask me to do it? That is the true meaning of Janardana. Is it clear, Mataji?
Yes,
Ji Mataji,
Yes,
thank you, Mataji.
Mataji.
Yes.
Yes, Hari Bol. This comes in like when you start reading a lot of commentaries, it comes, Mataji. We understand each topic. We have to read first. Once you finish Bhagavad Gita, then start reading with commentaries of the acharyas. It is like, how Bhagavadam Shugamuga Tamrdatrava Samyudam, yeah, Pibada Bhagavada Rasamalayam. When the fruit is touched by a bird, yeah, it tastes really nice. Like that, these acharyas have given wonderful commentaries of Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. So when it comes from their mouth, it tastes much better. Now you can see this, right? This picture where they all went to Shakara to ask Krishna to help because the earth was getting heavy with so many demons. And actually, here Bhagwan is seen But they say in the scriptures that they couldn't even see Lord Krishna. They could hear only the Ashariri. Like, don't worry, be ready to be born in Vrindavan. I will come there and I will save the earth. Yes? Now the last shloka. Idi guhyatamam shastram idam uktvam maya nagha edad bhutva buddhimansyat krida krityascha bharata. This is the most confidential part of the Vedic scriptures. What is that? Whatever was described from the beginning, how Krishna is the maintainer of all the material and the spiritual world, knowing the knowledge about the material world, having knowledge about the spiritual world, and how Krishna is the maintainer, controller of all this world. This is the most confidential part, guhya tamam. But why did I tell you? Because you are anagha, you are the sinless one, and that is why it is being disclosed to you. And whoever understands this will become wise, and his endeavors will know perfection. Because we know now that there is a material world, we are suffering in this material world. There is a spiritual world where we can enjoy. Now, all our endeavors, because by knowing this knowledge, we will ultimately surrender into the Supreme Lord, and because of that, all our endeavors will become perfection. Hari Om, that's it. So this is same a pictorial representation. So the most confidential understanding of the Vedas is to understand Lord Krishna is the supreme being, and so he has to be worshipable. It means all of us should start remembering Krishna, rendering devotional service. Automatically our life becomes perfect. Hare Krishna. As promised, today I have completed like 6-7 minutes before Mataji's. So devotees, if you have any doubt,
Mataji,
any feedback,
Mataji, can you show the page where it is given segregation of the whole chapter?
sure Mataji. Ah. 15th chapter, is it Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Mataji, I have a question.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, Mataji, everything happened to Arjuna only, na? Lot of problems he has seen in his life. When Abhimanyu is killed, then in the womb that Parikshit had a problem, grandson. Then Bhagavatam came, so through that we come to know about Bhagavatam. So why it all happened? Because if such kind of problems if if we see, then we like they pray God and all. So a lot of confusion comes, because we are getting lot of trouble in this material life. So we are doing this all. We are surrendered to Krishna. So how to take that, Mataji? Like he had a lot of problems, and same we want to avoid those kind of problems.
Okay, if I understood your question rightly, Prabhuji, you're asking like in this material world, we are getting a lot of problems, okay? But we are surrendered to the Lord. How do we understand how to face these difficulties? If I put it, reframe it, is
Yeah,
that right?
Mataji, and also like why a lot of problems came to Arjuna, na? Then to his son Abhimanyu was killed. Then again Parikshit Maharaj and all. So same father,
Okay, Prabhuji.
son, grandson. Yeah, Mataji.
Very nice question, Prabhuji. I mean, it is a practical thing that we all have to understand. There is in Narahari Chakravarti in Bhakti Ratnagar has given this word. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Priya Bhakta Tware Anniyar Karaye Siksha Ayita Prakare. What is this meaning is, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu put all his devotees into confusion, difficulties, insult situation that happened, right? Like Saurabh Prabhu told, Arjuna was, the Pandavas in general, their house was put on fire, Bhima was given poison, they were cheated in the dice game, they were taken of all their wealth. Draupadi was insulted. Even when they were in the forest, Duryodhana did not leave them. Durvasa Muni was sent. So many things. And we know how Draupadi was insulted, how Gajendra was, right? And how Prahlad, dear Prahlad, 5 years, he was, when his own family, troubled him, father, the one who has to protect a small child, was troubled by the same people. What happened to Dhruva? All this is because Anyara Kariye Siksha, to teach lesson to the world that yes, difficulties, insults, everything will come, but we should not forget the lotus feet of the Lord. Why difficulties are coming in our life is because we don't know, Prabhuji, how many lives. We saw that chart of transmigration, right? We would have done so many anarthas, so many things. It would have been piled up. That is what is making us suffer in this material world. But one thing is for sure, when we involve ourselves in devotional service, what happens is, now all these sinful reactions are like a seed, okay? These seeds, what will happen once we start involving ourselves into devotional service? When the seeds are fried, what will happen? They will not grow anymore. Like that, all our sins will get automatically burned. So slowly, gradually, it will happen. And one more thing that my Siksha Guru will tell is, as you start engaging yourself in your devotional service, what will happen is, like for example, a door is closed, a room is closed and kept for a long time. Okay, there is a lot of dust inside that we know for years it has been closed. Then slowly, when you start cleaning the room, how you will feel? Too much of dust will keep on coming. You will sneeze, you will fall sick. The whole area, until you clean it, will be very difficult. Like that, our soul has got a lot of anarthas that are kept inside. So as we get into devotional service, the dust will raise. Yeah, so many anarthas will be getting cleared. But eventually the room will become clear. Like that, as we chant, as we involve ourselves in devotional service, you remember the first shloka of Sishtastakam? Davagni. Slowly, like the mirror, when it becomes foggy, we try to rub and clean it. Clean. We will become pure, sinless. We can understand these reactions, this knowledge, and we can involve in devotional service more and more. But the one person who gets scared of all these problems, try to run away, yes, then it becomes very difficult to save such a person. Yes, Prabhuji, I hope
Thank
I
you,
gave
Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. Thank you, dear devotees, for joining today. And we'll see you next time with ICF. Thank you so much. Vancha
Thank
Kalpataru.
you
Thank
so
you so
much.
much,
It was very
Mataji.
nice,
Wonderful,
Mataji,
wonderful
having you
session,
for the next
Mataji.
3 days
Hari
also.
Bol.
We
Vancha
enjoyed your
Kalpataru.
sessions all the 3 days.
Yes,
Thank you so
Mataji,
much.
if you could continue with till 18th chapter, Mataji.
That
Hari
would be
Bol.
very nice.
Next time, definitely. It's already been allotted, Mataji. So Yeah, next time, whenever possible. I'm
No,
really happy
this
to
second
serve you
time
all.
itself is a bonus for us. We enjoyed your second session, the 3-day session. It was very nice.
All glories to Srila Prabhupada Mataji. Hare Krishna. Vansha kalpatarupesya kripa
We are blessed. We are blessed.
sindhubhyevacha.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hare
Paritanam
Krishna
pavanebhyo
Mataji.
Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Anantakodi Vaishnav Vrinda
Krishna
ki
Vrindaki
Jai.
Jai.
Srila
Jai.
Prabhupada ki
Jai.
Jai.
Hare
Gurudev
Krishna.
ki Jai.
Jai. Jai.
Jai
Hare
Gaur
Krishna.
Premanande Hari Hari
Hari
Hari.
Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so
Hare
much,
Krishna.
Mataji.
Thank you,
Thank
Thank
you.
you
Mataji.
so much,
Thank
Mataji.
you
Hare
so much.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Mataji, with your permission,